Real Housewives of Potomac star Ashley Darby finalizes divorce with husband Michael Darby. On Monday, February 10, the Real Housewives of Potomac star finalized her divorce from husband Michael Darby, more than 2 months after filing, according to court records obtained by People. The couple, who wed in 2014, have been separated since 2022, but Ashley, 36, only filed for divorce in November. The filing was confirmed to PUPL by Ashley's attorney, who said in a statement, "I can confirm that Ashley Darby has filed for divorce from her husband, Michael Darby." Ashley is very happy that they were able to come to an amicable resolution that puts their children first. Ashley announced the pair's split nearly 3 years ago in a statement to Bravo's The Daily Dish, as she said they were at very different stages in our lives and have different goals for our futures. "We are aware that there will be many speculative views as to why we have made this decision. People will be quick to assume that the causes were too much intrusion by reality TV into the most personal parts of our lives, age gap issues, cultural problems, or child-rearing differences," she said. "Pieces of all these may have affected our pure love for each other, but no one reason is the root cause of our mutual decision to go our separate ways." A source told PUPL at the time that the couple had been having serious problems for a year before their split. "There's been a visceral disconnect between them as a couple." For Ashley, the inconsistencies within the relationship and trust issues led to the split. In January, during an appearance on Watch What Happens Live, Ashley said the divorce was in the hands of Virginia State and claimed that her ex-husband has been in the streets every weekend. She also said that their sons Dean, 5, and Dylan, 3, only know that they don't live under the same roof, but there hasn't been any further discussion of the split. Ashley is now seeing Josh Goodenberg, who she met at a speed event on Heartbreak. She told Andy Cohen he's a good guy, as she said of their relationship. "We don't have labels at the moment, but we are only banging each other." Ashley Darby stood in front of the mirror in her Arlington townhouse, smoothing out the fabric of her silk robe. The morning sun poured through the floor-to-ceiling windows, casting a golden glow across the room. Today was different. Today, she was free. After months, no years, of back and forth, legal wrangling, and emotional roller coasters, her divorce from Michael Darby was finally finalized. The ink on the papers was barely dry, yet Ashley already felt lighter, as if the weight of her past had been lifted off her shoulders. She glanced at her phone, the screen lighting up with a barrage of texts from friends, fans, and castmates. "Giselle Bryant, girl, stan great Tess. Welcome to the Single Girls Club. Let's celebrate. Robin Dixon, you okay? I know this has been a long time coming. Love you. Candia Stillard Bassett, fine ALI. Now go find a man who actually deserves you, but don't bring that mess on my tour bus." Ashley let out a small laugh at Candy S's message, shaking her head. Even in a moment of support, there was still that signature shade. Some things never changed. But what had changed was Ashley. She had entered her marriage as a wide-eyed young woman, enchanted by the charms of an older, wealthy man who promised her the world. And at first, it had been a world of luxury. Lavish trips, expensive gifts, extravagant penthouses. But underneath the sheen of opulence had been something far more complicated, something that even Ashley herself had struggled to put into words. She had fought to make it work for the sake of love, for the sake of their 2 young sons, Dean and Dylan. She had tried to ignore the headlines, the whispers in the Potomac social scene, the receipts that kept surfacing when it came to Michael's extracurricular activities. But there was only so much a woman could take, and Ashley Darby had taken enough. She exhaled deeply and scrolled past messages from fans who had been waiting for this moment almost as long as she had. At Bravo Obsessed, Ashley is FREE. Pop the bubbly, y'all. At RHOPT Spill, I just know Vogue, Isel and Robin are already plotting to set her up on a date. A knock at the door pulled Ashley from her thoughts. She tied her robe a little tighter before heading downstairs, opening the door to find her mother, Sheila, standing there with a proud smile and a bottle of champagne. "Well, if it isn't the strongest woman I know," Sheila said, stepping inside and pulling Ashley into a tight hug. Ashley let out a small chuckle. "I don't know about strong. I feel like I just survived a war." Sheila pulled back, looking her daughter in the eyes. "And you won. You got out, baby. You did what so many women are afraid to do." Ashley nodded, emotions swelling in her chest. I thought I could change him, you know. I thought he would change for us." Sheila shook her head knowingly. Men like Michael don't change. They just get better at pretending. Ashley sighed and took the champagne bottle from her mother. "Then let's drink to the end of pretending." Sheila grinned. "Now that's my girl." Later that evening, Ashley found herself sitting at a rooftop lounge in D.C., surrounded by her closest friends, Giselle, Robin, and even Karen Huter, who had always had a sharp tongue when it came to Michael's antics. "To Ashley's freedom," Giselle declared, raising her glass. "To new beginnings," Karen added, her regal voice cutting through the night air. Ashley clinked her glass against theirs, her heart swelling with gratitude. The sisterhood, the support, the laughter, this was what she had needed. She wasn't just a woman coming out of a marriage. She was a woman stepping into the best years of her life. "Okay, so let's get to the real tea," Robin said, leaning in. "Are you ready to date?" Ashley laughed, taking a sip of her cocktail. "I mean, technically, I've been ready for about 2 years." Karen smirked. "Then let's find you a real man. One who doesn't have, shall we say, roaming hands." Giselle cackled. She said what she said. Ashley rolled her eyes playfully. "Y'all are too much." But as she sat there, surrounded by love and laughter, she realized something. She had spent so much of her life trying to be the perfect wife, the perfect mother, the perfect partner. Now she just wanted to be Ashley. And for the first time in a long time, that was more than enough. She reached for her phone and opened Instagram, her fingers hovering over the keyboard before she finally typed. "Ashley Darby. The next chapter begins. #new beginnings, #finally free." The moment she hit post, her phone exploded with likes and comments, the internet already abuzz with speculation on what was next for her. But Ashley didn't care about the noise. She lifted her glass one more time, locking eyes with the women around her. "To me," she said, smiling. And just like that, the real journey began.